Alrighty, good morning. Just listen to Al-Baqarah, Surah chapter 2, verses 40 to 57. And we heard about Moses and his confrontation with Pharaoh. And it's interesting because there's several related scriptures in the Quran to the scriptures itself in the Old Testament. Looking at the book of Exodus and the story of Moses and Pharaoh. Exodus chapter 12, in the English Standard Version, it says, "The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, 'This month will be for you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year for you. Tell all the congregation of Israel that on the 10th day of this month every man shall take a lamb according to their father's house, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too small for a lamb, then he and his nearest neighbor shall take according to the number of the persons. According to what each can eat, you shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of this month, when the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill their lambs at twilight." If you go on to read in Exodus chapter 12, this is the story of the Passover. And if you go back a chapter to Exodus 11, it's the story of the plagues of Egypt and how Moses sent down plagues, of course, via God, on Egypt so that Pharaoh would release the children of Israel from slavery and let them go and be free. And this is the final judgment where God says he's going to kill the firstborn. So when you get to chapter 12, God gives instruction to the children of Israel so that the death angel does not kill the firstborn of the children of Israel by killing a lamb and putting the blood over the doorposts. You can see that in this story. It's significant because it represents God saving his people through sacrifice. You see the death of the firstborn and then the Exodus. It's interesting in the Quran chapter 2, verse 51, it mentions the calf and the mountain of God where Moses receives the law. So let's go see if we can find that. Let's just type in calf. Let's see what happens here. I think this is it. No, that's not it. Okay, the golden calf. Okay, I think we're getting close here. Okay, so the golden calf. This is found in Exodus 32. When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. This is Moses' brother. "Come on," they said, "make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses, who brought us here from the land of Egypt." So Aaron said, "Take the good rings from the ears of your wives, sons, and daughters and bring them to me." To make a long story short, he melts the gold down, gold jewelry, and creates this golden calf, which they worship. When Moses comes back down the mountain, with the law of God. Of course, he's angry, and he throws the commandments down, and actually breaks the tablets, and he ends up having to go back and get new tablets. But many of the people die. It says the Levites obeyed Moses' command, and about 3,000 people died that day. It's really a sad day. So that's the story of the calf. Another reference made is to quail and how God feeds the children of Israel in the desert. So you got Exodus 32 that talks about the golden calf, and you have let's see, slavery in Egypt, firstborn die. Exodus 11. Let's go see if we can find manna. Quail. Here we go. So we get all the way to Exodus 13. Manna and quail from heaven. So this is the same story that we see in the Quran, just with more detail that Muhammad is referencing. Then the whole community of Israel set out from Elim and journeyed into the wilderness of Sin between Elim and Mount Sinai. They arrived there on the 15th day of the second month, 1 month after leaving the land of Egypt. There too the whole community of Israel complained about Moses and Aaron. So they complain about the food, and God ends up providing quail and manna for them. So this is in Exodus 16. So those are the cross-references from the scriptures in relationship to these Quranic verses.